Hi there, and welcome to lesson 10. Can you believe that we've come so far? Sure. Well done on everything that you've done to date. You've come a long way to discover who you are, what you like, what your values are, and we're on the road to figuring out your purpose in life. So, now in lesson 10, we're going to learn all about habits, how to build healthy habits that actually stick. So, what are we going to learn? Well, firstly, why it matters. Why do habits matter? Believe it or not, every single thing that has happened in your life, where you are today, the person that you are today, is as a result of the habits that you have in various aspects of your life, whether they're conscious or subconscious habits. And a lot of habits sit in your subconscious mind. They're things that you do automatically without thinking about them. So, the good news is if you understand how habits are formed and why they're so important, you actually can change your whole story. You can change your narrative. You can change those habits. You can become aware of possibly bad habits that are leading you down the wrong path. And you can create new habits. So, how do we do this? Well, this is precisely why I put this module together, because what you're going to learn is firstly the science of habits. Because once you understand exactly how habits work, how do you form a habit or how do you collapse a habit, remove a bad habit, you're on your way, right? So we're going to learn the science behind it. Then we're going to learn why it's so hard to make these changes. Now, any change that you make is painful, right? And any change that you need to make in your life is going to need a set of new habits to be formed. Okay, so you're going to learn all about the subconscious blocks in your mind to making change and how you can overcome that. Then you're going to learn the power of micro and keystone habits. Okay, so this is the concept that small things, little baby steps lead to big results at the end of the day. Okay, if you start stacking small steps, I don't know if you've heard, like every single day, if you can make yourself 1% better, by the end of the year, you'll have made such a huge difference. You'll be 3 times better than what you are today, So small things make a huge difference if you do them consistently. So consistency is key. Then we're going to learn how to design habits that actually stick. It's so easy, that saying new brooms sweep clean. Well, it comes from the fact that when you start something new, you're excited, you're enthusiastic, you go for it, but then it gets hard, right? It gets really hard to maintain that. So, how do you design a habit that will actually stick? Like, lots of people join a gym, they sign up to a contract for 2 years, they go religiously to the gym for the first 6 weeks or so, and then slowly it fizzles out, and they pay that 2 year contract finished, and they've only like gone there a few times. It is a very well known phenomenon, and the reason there's a science behind it, and the gyms use that to make sure that they get more money than what they're actually providing, okay? Because they understand the human psyche. So if exercise is not a habit for you, your chance of going to the gym consistently every day or 5 times a week or 4 times a week, whatever that is hard unless you have someone pushing you. Okay, so habits are difficult. Forming new habits are difficult. How do we make them stick? Then we're going to look at overcoming obstacles and how to stay on track. And finally, how to align your habits with your purpose in life. Because it's all going back to that why. Why are you here? What are you here to do as a person? How do you contribute to society so that you feel that you've got value? You're here for a reason. Okay. I'm a very firm believer in this. There's the chances of you, specifically you, being here, that you won the race and you are you, means that you're here for a reason and you are special. So let's figure out our whole reason why we're doing this course is to reinforce the fact that you have value and that you're here for a purpose. Okay. And your habits, if they align with your value system and your purpose in life, they're easier to keep to and to stick to, and you'll be more successful. So, what are you going to walk away with when you finish this whole lesson? Okay? You're going to have a deep understanding of exactly how habits are formed and why they matter. Okay, you're going to create a personalized habit design plan. Doesn't that sound exciting? Tailored to your goals. Now, if you don't like admin, that's okay. You can say you don't like admin, but the thing is that if you don't put the effort in to figure something out, how you're going to actually achieve it, you will never achieve it because you'll be wandering aimlessly about in life the whole time. So that's why you need to put together a habit design plan, okay? You're going to get tools to break old habits and to create empowering new habits, okay? And the confidence to make consistent progress and to stick with it. Right. So let's do this. You're not here just to do a temporary change. You're here to create lasting change in your life. Okay. So let's go. Let's create some habits that will stick and that will get you to the ideal life that you want to live. Okay. Awesome.